Hello, Habs Nation. In a recent interview with Anthony DiMarco of the fourth period on TSN Montreal Radio, the focus shifted to the potential fate of Sean Monahan with the Montreal Canadiens as the NHL trade deadline approaches. DiMarco shared intriguing insights into what Monahan could bring in if the Canadiens decide to part ways with him. The host began by expressing doubts about a fierce bidding war for Monahan, but acknowledged interest from various teams in his services. Seeking speculation on the possible return for Monahan, the host turned to DiMarco for his expert opinion. DiMarco responded, "It's challenging to predict the return for Sean Monahan until we see what Elias Lindholm goes for. Lindholm is currently considered the top rental centerman on the market as we approach the NHL trade deadline." Delving into a hypothetical scenario, DiMarco suggested, "Let's say Elias Lindholm commands something centered around a first-round draft pick. In that case, it would be reasonable to expect that Sean Monahan would attract at least a second-round pick, maybe more. However, the lingering concern with Monahan has always been his ability to stay healthy." Reflecting on previous trade deadline discussions, DiMarco recalled, last year, heading into the trade deadline season, there were talks about the Colorado Avalanche expressing interest in Sean Monahan. Now there are reports that they might circle back to consider him. Interestingly, they opted for Lars Eller instead, whom I believe is an inferior player to Sean Monahan when both are healthy. DiMarco concluded with a crucial point: ultimately, whether Monahan can secure a favorable trade depends on his ability to stay healthy. The potential return is also contingent on what Elias Lindholm ultimately ends up getting dealt for. If Lindholm sets the bar high, it would be fair to say that Monahan could fetch at least a second-round pick in a trade. As the trade rumors continue to swirl around the Montreal Canadiens, the fate of Sean Monahan remains uncertain, with fans eagerly awaiting the outcome of the evolving trade landscape. Go Habs go!